You guys all care about ADP way too much. Haven't you considered just living a little?
Bro, I'm telling you, hop in these drafts when these idiot streamers are trying to draft and talk to the chat at the same time. It's so plus EV, bro.
Oh no, I think I accidentally just took Kenyon Drake and Josh Jacobs. What do we call that? A no-no.
No way, you don't have to set your lineup. That's incredible. And recently eclipsed 23%, and I'd much prefer it to be in the more 21 to 22% range.
GMs all around. GM, Josh, Chris Huff, short-time listener, first-time chatter. Welcome to chatting with us here on Best Ball Breakfast, where every Monday morning, regardless of what is being offered, we draft a Best Ball Mania team on Underdog. Lots of GMs in the chat here. Hope you guys all got your puppy drafts blasted off before that filled. And now what do we have in the lobby? We basically have Best Ball Mania and we have the Great Dane. Underdog launched a $1,000 tournament. I was going to say single entry, but I don't think it's single entry. Max 3 entries. Maybe we'll have to mix that in at some point. Over on Ship Chasing, with the Ship Chasing VIPs in the Discord, we've been drafting a Bulldog team, which was the $500 contest. That has been fun. There's like 16 of us, and we put certain picks to a vote. Sometimes it gets contentious. Sometimes we're on the same page. Always a good time navigating that. But I have buried the lead. I need to do my coffee pour, which has now become this very elaborate thing because I'm doing iced coffee. So now I have all these different ingredients here. We have my ice. Yes, I already had an iced coffee earlier. We have my Poland Spring water, and we have my cold brew concentrate here. And also we're having open houses for our condo this week, and I'm having to be very careful not to make messes. You can even see over here, all of my random paraphernalia has been cleaned up. We're really in the final countdown here. So here's the concentrate. I'll be quiet. Now that was extremely subtle, but I think might have massive payoff for the true ASMR heads. You need a little clinking is what you need, right? There you go, whatever. This isn't for me. I just want you guys to know I don't enjoy this whatsoever. Every time I think, oh God, I have to go do this pour for everyone. I just want you to know I'm doing this for you. So if you complain about the pour, then what are we even doing? There we go. All right. Are we happy? Are we good? Are we good? Didn't spill coffee. That's a win. All right. See, Casey's only here for the poor. GMs. Everyone's here for the poor. Everyone, okay, I'm glad. Everyone was happy. Everyone is happy. It's like when you guys watch Better Call Saul, in the way I feel like Vince Gilligan, every time he has an opening to the show, the cold opening, it's some like menial or domesticated task, but shot in the most cinematic way possible. It'll just be someone making coffee. That's how I feel when I do my pour. I envision it as if Vince Gilligan is directing it. We're getting like close-up shots. If you guys watched Ship Chasing on Wednesday, I had a glass of water and a fly, dead ass, ended up in my water, go take a sip, and almost swallowed a fly on show. Don't let anyone tell you that streaming for a living is easy, guys. We have to battle the elements. We have to make sure we don't spill our coffee. We have to make sure we don't swallow flies. FU is here for the high tea start to my draft. I'll see what I can do. Lunchable says water pour top notch, could have been a little smoother, but 7.5 out of 10. I'll take it. Honestly, I'll take it. Lundar, so does hot coffee come back by week 1? For sure. I'm very seasonal with my iced coffees. It's generally like a mid-June to mid-August thing. Once football season hits, we are going to be getting nice and cozy and warm with our warm coffee. Where's your second close-up, Cam? Let's see here. You want this? Oops, no, that doesn't work. This is a disaster. Here you go. There you go. Are you happy, Phil? You like my alt cam there? Hey everyone. All right, we're going back. This does feel more like the streamer gamer look. Just you guys are just chilling out with me, watching me draft some teams. We have like a light electronic music bed playing in here. Thanks for the super chat, DDog69. We appreciate you. Shout out to the chat and the super chats. Maybe I should become a video game streamer. I'm so bad at video games. That would be a disaster. All right, let's fucking draft a team. Let's draft a team. Are you guys all getting in my draft this morning? You're going to let me draft with randos. You guys are probably getting in my draft. Rodney's so happy to be here. I'm happy to have you, Rodney. No, Casey, all of my books are purely decorative. All of them are decorative. I'll tell you one I certainly haven't read. Let me get it. God, now I'm making a mess after I said I certainly have not read 96 Ways to Ride and Grind by Denny Carter. I'm saving this one for a real rainy day. What did we get? Did we get the Influencer 101? Oh, no. Oh, no. The Influencer 112. Underdog finally received all of the letters, all of the angry emails, the complaints, people threatening to stop playing on Underdog if I continued to get 101s, and they fixed the algorithm. Are you happy? They fixed the algorithm. Oh my God, look at this red badge brigade today. This is disgusting. We got a Millie Maker winner. We got the very sharp Gorbanji. We got JGFC badge, Epic Daddy badge, Base Frank badge, I Was Inverted red badge, Silas red badge. God, you guys are sick. I'm a barbell bro, except for best ball breakfast, and then I'll run and hop in. Fucking hypocrites. I'm ready for it. I was born for this. The inverse influencer. The normie 112. I keep getting the normie 112 in all my drafts. This is bullshit. I mean, what do you mean you just realized? You're just casually hopping into a Best Ball Mania draft at 10 a.m.? This is a tentpole event in the Best Ball calendar. Gormanji, first time ever making it into one of these, lo and behold. Whoa, Najee Harris, let's go. I like this. You're going to fit in well here. You are going to fit in well. Is today the day I get my first David Montgomery share in Best Ball Mania 3? Oh boy, going to be one of those rooms, huh? Going to be one of those rooms. Do we want to battle? Do we want to battle? Let's get like a weird combo that I don't normally start with. Let's go with a Derrick Henry, Mike Evans. There we go. We'll split the difference. I almost did Dalvin Cook and Derrick Henry. I almost did it. Couldn't bring myself to do it. Did I stutter, Kyle? Is the board not displaying properly for you? Can you not? Do I need to zoom in on it? Let me see if I zoom in and if you can see it. Now I can't get over here. But yes, just to clarify, if there's any uncertainty, I did take Derrick Henry at 112. This is what happens. You do a swole cast in a randomizer with David Kitchen. Next thing you know, you're taking the big dog. Everyone really wanted the high. I'm too scared. I mean, there's the canary in the piss boy coal mine is when CeeDee Lamb goes in the first round. When CeeDee Lamb goes in the first round, it's buckle up. The boys are pissing. Matt says, just join. I think my video is showing mirrored because it looks like Pete has the 112. Yeah, that is just a camera setting on yours. You need to get that flipped around. No howl for the big dog at 12. I mean, I guess my buddy Sal said he was at Sal Stefanile. You guys know him. Works over at 4for4. Great dude. He was at the Scott Fishbowl live draft in Vancouver yesterday. He sent me a message. I need to read exactly what he said. He said, after one of the picks at the live Vancouver Scott Fishbowl draft today, the room erupted in a value hound chant. Look at that. The value hound chant has made it north of the border to Canadian football drafts. I need like at least a 10 pick ADP slide for a real good value hound. That's true. Drafting Henry instantly turns your team into a Great Dane entrant. I wonder over at the Underdog offices, they're like, we got to keep making these drafts bigger, but we're running out of big dogs. I mean, do you know what would be a cool name? $2,500 entry, the Beethoven, the St. Bernard Beethoven. That'd be a sick one. Yo, bro, you hopping in the Beethoven? I don't know what do you do after that? I mean, after your past Great Dane, St. Bernards, I mean, we're running out of big dogs, Underdog. I hope the people over there in the marketing department have thought this through. You've chewed through all the biggest dogs. Okay, Great Pyrenees, Big Red Clifford, Bull Mastiff. Here we go. $2,500 fast draft would be fun. Ludar, if I don't start winning, I need the $1 Chihuahua. How fast would a $1 draft on Underdog fill? Like a $200,000 $1 draft. Look at you guys just flexing your canine knowledge. I assume you mean the British, or is this shorthand? The Yiddish Wolfhound? What am I looking at over here? Honestly, this isn't even that bad. Someone was asking about Kamara earlier. Kamara goes 310. What are you going to do, Silas? I'm going to take 2 of these 3 wide receivers right here. I'll tell you what I'm doing. All right. We'll grab Sutton and we will grab McLaurin. Unless there's any other little correlation stuff I'm passing on here. There we go. Tyler says he wore my Value Hound shirt to our Margs and Fajitas house party Friday. Went hard till 4 a.m. because we woo at the moon. Yeah, I've seen a few of the Value Hound shirts out in the wild. They look really good on you guys. We do have those available in the store if you guys missed those. That reminds me. I forgot to set up the wheel of names for today's Underdog Cardio Club prize wheel draft that we do at the end of these. I am going to multitask and get that set up now. Get you a man who can draft and set up the prize wheel at the same time. Just got to hope my name doesn't come up again. Just have to hope that my name does not come up again. That was a PR disaster. All right, the wheel is set up. The wheel is set up. So you guys want Silva emojis in the chat? No. I can't let him have that. I did appreciate, I posted a photo over the weekend. I went to Home Depot. Like I said, we're getting our house ready to show for an open house. And so, I had some or long overdue mulching I needed to put in, some cosmetic finishes on my lawn. A lot of people tagging Silva in that tweet. Now that it's been revealed that Silva is a fraud everyman, a fake toucher of grass. You know who's really getting their hands in the dirt? Getting their hands in the mulch, spreading it around? A zero RB socialist, or today an anchor RB socialist. We actually call it hero RB. It's like zero, but you get it? It rhymes, hero RB. Man, we do have some high T starts here. The 2-hole going JT, Chubb, Fournette, and then Mooney. The Wolf Dog. Got to hang with one a few years back. Literal dinosaur size. Head bigger than my chest. What? Okay, I'm Googling this. Wolf Dog? Is that this? The Tamiscan Wolf Dog. And this is bonk-worthy here. Okay, yeah, these wolf dogs are so... I mean, what are we... This is... No way. Are you kidding me? What the hell? Okay, the Wolf Dog is the 5K tournament on Underdog. Give me the Wolf Dog. These are outrageous. Who's this lady? This lady has made a living posting YouTube videos of cleavage with her wolf dog. Good work if you can get it. Hey, Bonk. Bonk's in the chat. You guys go Google wolf dog on your own. You got to go back to Underdog. Yeah, everyone woo at home. Ooh. Oh no. Should I get my... I'm not. I need more than a 7-pick discount on David Montgomery. I thought I could get my first share of David Montgomery, but I need more. I could get David Montgomery 7 picks past ADP, whatever I want. Oh, wow. Yeah. Shout out to the West Coasters, Boobs and Wolf Dogs at 7:15 a.m. on a Monday. Man. Let's see. What are we going to do here? Maybe we finally get some Amari Cooper. Little Terry McLaurin, Amari Cooper, week 17. And maybe we get... Man, I don't love my quarterback options here. I guess I could take Hurts. I'm not taking David Montgomery. I refuse. Let's just use this to load up on all the wide receivers I never take. We'll take Adam Thielen. There you go. This is where I get my gross picks out of my system with the red badge brigade. John says, by the way, Pete, why weren't you in Vegas for Top Shot this weekend? Because I'm an old man that can only do so many Vegas trips a year these days. Back in my heyday, I had a stretch where I was going to Vegas 3 to 4 times a year, between World Series of Poker, between FFPC drafts, between gambling Olympics, between my buddies and I watching divisional game weekends. I will be out there for FFPC draft weekend beginning of September. And it didn't work with our Club Top Shot schedule this year. Last year, all of us went out there during Summer League, had a very good time. But MBL is in Israel. Andy is in Spain. Jack is trying to dethrone Woj as the preeminent NBA insider. So we just kind of have a lot of stuff going on. Lundar, I'm way behind the times. What extension gives you your exposures like that? That's fantastic. Yes, it's awesome. It is we call it the Brick Caddy. It is his sports HUD. It also has overlays for pick'ems and stuff like that. I'm obviously using it for best ball. Completely customizable. You can choose which information you have here. I have week 16, week 17 matchup, and then my current Best Ball Mania 3 exposures. But there's all kinds of options there. There's a 2-day free trial. We, on a couple recent episodes of LOLs, did a tutorial on it. So if you go to the YouTube playlist for LOLs, you can find that. And if you have questions, you can hit up Brian or I in the Deposit Kingdom Discord for that draft caddy. Very, very helpful, specifically for multi-tabling. All kinds of bricked up app. Yes. We tried to name it the Brick Draft Buddy. And Brick was like, no. And I said, how about the caddy? Yeah, and the sweet thing about the Brick Draft Caddy, there's all automated. There's going to be automated drop downs, so you can basically select what information you want. Like Brian, even into his had like loaded, because he's coming in from a very newbie perspective. So he had, rookies, veterans, sophomore players on there just to quickly scan it. And basically any information you want to add, you can add it, because it's all just done through a CSV upload. So it's completely what you want. You did tee me up, Lundar. I appreciate that. It's going to be cool too, because I haven't been doing a lot of pick'em stuff lately, but once football season starts, so you'll be able to upload projections, and then you'll be able to compare the projections to the lines, and that'll come in very handy as well. So all right, what are we going to be looking at here in the 7th round? We still don't have a quarterback. We don't have a tight end. We have MVS going at pick 79. Kadarius Toney going at pick 77. What did Piquant do here with this Ravens stack with Najee out of the 3? Okay, yeah, cranked it right there. Lamar, Bateman, and Andrews. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. All right, what are we doing here? Oh, you guys are going to give me Russ to stack with Cortland Sutton. We will do that. We can do that. And then, you know what? I do love me some Hawkinson. Let's just get our onesies here on the fringe elite tier. By the way, if you guys missed it, I do have a new video out on the Deposit Kingdom YouTube channel. This time, finally got a little bit in the player take business, but more, I would call it the player archetype business. I worked with Michael Dubner on this one again, looking specifically at players that I think are mispriced on Underdog relative to what they can bring us from a late season production standpoint. So kind of building on this idea that we have with, 0 RB in week 17, that we're trying to have our teams become the strongest when it matters the most at the end of the season. And, my thesis is that the ADP on Underdog is really, really good for pricing players for their production over the course of the entire season. But where there's inefficiencies are on players who might not give us as much production at the start of the season, but can really come on strong late. So looking at those cohorts of players, rookies, injured and suspended players, contingency-based picks like handcuffs, and kind of go through how you guys can identify those and pick those off in your draft. So highly recommend checking out that video I worked with Michael Dubner on. I have it, I believe, pinned in the chat. Links down below. That's over at the Deposit Kingdom YouTube channel. Have been doing those short form but highly produced strategy videos. Definitely been getting a lot of good feedback on those, and would love it if you guys would check that out as well. Joshua says, what happened to the old Pete who never celebrated other teams? Girl dad Pete getting softer out. No, I'll roast that. Josh, every single week on Ship Chasing, we pull up one of your shitty teams and roast it. I mean, Josh, if you want me to tell you how bad you're drafting, I'm happy to do it every day of the week and twice on Wednesdays. Agree. Dubner is a beast. And now he's at med school now doing rotations. I was hoping to squeeze in one more video with him. I think I am going to do one more. I'm going to try to. My August is going to just be insane. But I would like to try to get in one more produced best ball video. Ian, I believe that's how you say your name. But don't you also need to have the most points in the season out of the 12 teams to qualify? You need to finish top 2 out of your 12-man grouping. This is true. And I do recommend checking out the video Week 17 is All That Matters, specifically for the conversation about EV and expected value. I actually wrote about this in the Fantasy Life newsletter today too. But it's important to understand how this prize structure is set up. Literally 30% of the prize pool goes to first and second place. That's all paid out in Week 17. And so once you start thinking about it through that lens, it becomes easier to come around to sacrificing a little of your EV of advancing to try to maximize your chances of realizing that EV in the final week. So I know it seems counterintuitive. It doesn't, I know a lot of us, we've been wrapping our heads around it, but I do recommend checking out that discussion if that's still confusing. Oh, Silas, I was going to take CEH here. But let's see. Do we have anything else we need to look at here? Or are we going to just grab a couple of running backs? Let's see. We're just going to grab Penny and Edmonds. Trying to think if there's anything else I am missing here. Really would have liked my first CH share there. That would have been nice. Let's just do Penny and Edmonds. It's interesting because we recently had on Underdog, I believe, let me make sure I'm not speaking out of school here, with the Seattle running backs, that Kenneth Walker's ADP flipped Rashad Penny flipped Kenneth Walker, but you see he's up to 95.6 now. Ken Walker going 107.8. I agree more with the ADPs of how it went in this room, with JG taking Ken Walker at pick 92. I do think Ken Walker should be going ahead of Rashad Penny, but I am excited about being able to scoop Walker out of value in non-badge brigade drafts. But I will just play the room, and I will happily take Penny here at pick 108 in this room. It's pronounced Owen. How could I have messed that up? This is one of my other favorite things about the Brick Draft Caddy. Once you have a quarterback selected on your team, it will highlight any of the stack partners. So another just awesome multi-tabling tool here for you. If you're quickly scanning and sometimes forget that Melvin Gordon does exist and that he plays for the Broncos, and you've already made a concentrated bet on the Broncos with Russ Wilson and Cortland Sutton, we have a screaming billboard saying, Pete, maybe you should have more than 4% Melvin Gordon instead of 20% Ronald Jones. I was looking, now that I believe I'm now like 78 BBM3 teams deep. And so I do want to start, thinking about my portfolio and kind of the bets I've made, the stands I've took, and if I want to continue to make those bets, or if I want to think more about how to kind of leverage my own portfolio. And the one thing that's interesting is I do have like pretty smoothed out exposures. I don't believe I have anyone over 23 or 24% because I'm a coward and I don't have player takes. But yeah, I haven't made massive stands on guys. So I don't think I'm going to have to alter, some of my stuff. Like I do think the Ronald Jones and CH one is a pretty instructive one. I don't want to end up with only 0% CH. And so that is one that I will probably start to correct on. I'll probably start to prioritize CH a little bit more, and Jerick McKinnon to a lesser extent, although I've already been drafting a ton of him. But my whole philosophy on that is like the Chiefs are an ambiguous backfield. I think one of those three guys I just mentioned will demolish ADP. And while I think Rojo is the best cost-adjusted bet to do that, I'm not 20% versus 0% confident that that's the case. And so using kind of my current portfolio to start to reframe how I kind of think about my player selection the rest of draft season is something that I'm going to start to think about here. Yeah, Matt is right. I mean, we're in a bit of an ADP holding pattern here right now. And he says next week is going to be wild in terms of training camp buzz shifting ADP. I mean, we have the one report, again, not in this draft, of Rashad Penny getting, 20 carries a game, and his ADP jumped, 10, 15 spots? I mean, the market is so, God damn it. I was going to take Cousins. God damn it. What are we going to do here? What are we going to do? Maybe we take the two wide receivers at the top of the queue who are correlated with our other picks. Mecole Hardman with our Denver stack, and Jacoby Myers with our Chase Edmonds. Sure. We'll just little value hound, little correlation. Nice little Monday morning we got going here. Our team so far. I had an iTunes review on my podcast, and someone said, this is clearly meant to be viewed on YouTube. And I was like, yes, it is. But I will toss an olive branch to the audio listeners out there sending me angry iTunes reviews because my draft stream wasn't optimized for their audio pleasure. Here you go, angry person leaving iTunes reviews. My quarterback is Russell Wilson. My running backs are Derrick Henry, Rashad Penny, and Chase Edmonds. My wide receivers are Mike Evans, Cortland Sutton, Terry McLaurin, Amari Cooper, Adam Thielen, Mecole Hardman, Jacoby Myers. And my tight end is TJ Hawkinson. Thank you. You're welcome. This is always where I get revealed when I just don't. D-Turk says Jacoby over Devontae. I think both are fine. I don't have a strong take on Jacoby over Devontae. I mean, the funny thing is I haven't been taking a lot of either because I like Kendrick Bourne and Tyquan Thornton late so much. So I haven't been doing that a ton. I really have no idea. I do think I am in on the Patriots passing offense. And I should probably set up more backdoor stacks with at least one of Jacoby and Myers, because I have a ton that are Hunter Henry with then one of Thornton or Kendrick Bourne. But I'm happy to hear your case for Devontae Parker over Myers, though. Exactly. I'm an ADP bro that doesn't know how to live a little. SV here says, if you got Cousins, would you have also grabbed Osborne? Possibly. Yeah. Possibly. Is Irv Smith already off the board? Yeah, Irv was already off the board. Exactly. That's my thesis. Jacoby is the next Cooper Kupp. Jacoby going to get 100 catches in one TD. He is one of the most TD snake-bitten players there are. This is such a red badge brigade draft for me because these are all players I rarely take. Derrick Henry, I rarely take Evans. I have a little Sutton, rarely take McLaurin, rarely take Cooper, rarely take Thielen. Thank you, badge bros, for facilitating my diversification. Exactly. We all hate our teams. We all do this to ourselves. All because this is the best way to start a Monday. I would rather start a Monday battling with the chat than with no draft at all. Let's see here. I love Gerald Everett. I love TDP. Is there anything else that I need to do here? No. Let's do Gerald and TDP. Just ADP broing it hard today. ADP broing. We do have D-Turk here. I guess that's what my case would be. Devontae is the big-bodied red zone threat, could score 8 TDs, then Myers, but I see the Jacoby love too. Yeah. The problem, I guess I see both of those guys. Like, does anyone think where I think Bourne or Thornton could be like big wins on their current ADPs? I feel like Devontae and Jacoby are probably like small wins, small misses type players. Like, it doesn't seem like either of them just completely craters, but it's also like when I always try to view things through the lens of like, where do I think they could go in drafts next year? It's like, could I see Devontae being like an 8th or 9th round pick next year? Sure. Could I see Jacoby Myers being a 7th or 8th round pick next year? Yeah. But I have a hard time envisioning them being like, well, I could see Tyquan Thornton being a 5th round pick next year, you know? So I don't know. It just, I think they're fine bets. I don't see how they smash their ADP. Matt, are you laughing at your own joke? Bourne could be a Thornton in the side of Parker and Myers. Matt, I appreciate you laughing at your own joke that hard. Let's see how Piquant here recovered from his high testosterone start. He only had 2 wide receivers through 10 rounds, then gets Jameson, Josh Palmer, Van Jefferson, Nico Collins. Not a bad recovery. I've been hearing this a little bit more, a little buzz. The value hound pick is Jonnu, going to have a bounce back year for New England. ADP is so low. Hunter Henry doesn't scare me. I do need to mix in some more Jonnu. I actually kind of like agree with this thesis. I mean, I think this is just an offense to make a couple bets on. It's hard to envision all of those guys succeeding because this team still is going to want to run the ball more than anything. I just don't do a lot of 3 tight end builds. So those fringe tight end 3s or whatever, I just don't end up with a lot of them. Even like Brevin Jordan, a guy that I like, I'm rarely getting him. I did just tack him on the other day to a Travis Kelce team where I did a little backdoor Davis Mills, Brevin Jordan. But I mean, I can look at this part of the board. Like, yeah, once you get down here into, you can see my exposures on all these cheap tight ends. Like, I have like 1% of all of these guys that are available because I'm very rarely doing 3 tight end builds. 0%. Yeah, I mean, and this is the counter argument that I was just kind of wrestling with there. Danny says, I don't know about digging for value plays on run-heavy teams. Seems like a waste when you tally it up. I do think it's safe to assume the Patriots will pass more than they did last year. I think Mac was good and efficient, and they should. And they clearly brought in some more weapons to facilitate that. But yeah, their identity is still going to be running the ball. Let's see here. Ugh, am I going to be forced to take Deshaun Watson? I think I'm going to take Deshaun Watson. Yuck. Yuck. I hate it. All right. I guess we're going to go Deshaun Watson and KJ Hamler. Only 3% Deshaun Watson. We did draft Amari Cooper ahead of ADP. How do we get even on that? Well, Deshaun Watson somehow escapes a major suspension, and we'll just add to our 23% KJ Hamler to get our Denver double stack here. So we're now at a 2-4-8-2 build with 2 picks to go. Russ and Deshaun Watson. I might tack on a third quarterback here. Feeling fine about my running backs, Henry, Rashad Penny, Chase Edmonds, Tyrion Davis-Price. We'll probably add one more running back. And then I guess the ultimate decision here is going to be, do we go a 9th wide receiver or a 3rd quarterback is probably going to be my decision point here. Josh says, Pete, when you do your first Underdog NBA best ball draft, are you going to do it live like Dave's draft would be spectacular with no research and you just jumping in? Yes, I would. What's the NBA equivalent of selecting both Keyshawn Vaughn and Rachaad White? Or no, it wasn't even that. Was that who he took? Yeah, I believe it was Rachaad White and Keyshawn Vaughn. What's the NBA equivalent of that? I would definitely end up accidentally doing that. I would like to get into the NBA best ball streets. I think that could be fun. I've wanted to do some NBA randomizer drafts as well. Speaking of randomizer drafts, special Tuesday edition of randomizer this week. I'll be traveling the latter half of the week, so pushing up randomizer to Tuesday. And I'm having the very funny Joey Molinaro on. I assume you guys know him from Twitter, TikTok, used to do some stuff at Barstool. Just very, very funny comedian, impressionist. Very excited to do the show with him. So I'm going to get that tweet up later today. If you guys have any good prompts for him, I think it will be a very fun show with Joey, who's also doing some stuff with Underdog this year as well. I kind of like this idea because you do see this on various Lunchable says Underdog needs a newbie draft called the Raw Dog, where they verify it's your first time you drafted in that sport. I like that idea. And a lot of the DFS sites, will have beginner contest, box out the badge brigade. And I think that would be a fun thing, like a single entry newbie contest for different sports. I like that idea. All right. What are we looking at here? Do I have someone took Mac Jones? I guess we could. Maybe we just go full on gross stacks. Maybe I take Carson Wentz here as my 3rd QB. And then what running backs am I looking at here? We got Chris Evans. Man, I'll tell you what, you want to see. Okay, so let's do, we'll get a 2nd Cleveland, and I think we will go for this, the 3 QB build here. Wentz to McLaurin. We'll add Dearness Johnson in on our Cleveland bet and hope Kareem Hunt gets traded. And she's done. You guys force me into some gross players that I don't normally take, but I honestly don't hate it. Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Carson Wentz at QB, Derrick Henry, Rashad Penny, Chase Edmonds, Tyrion Davis-Price, and Dearness Johnson at running back. Perfectly fine 5 RB room. 8 wide receivers, Mike Evans, Cortland Sutton, McLaurin, Cooper, Adam Thielen, Mecole Hardman, Jacoby Myers, and my KJ Hamler exposure now pushing 25%. And then my tight ends, TJ Hawkinson and Gerald Everett. Actually did get 2 of my favorite tight ends in this draft, at least. We got our Denver double stack with Russ in a bring back. We have our, I think on a previous Best Ball Breakfast, I was asking, what game do you think is the least correlated or least stacked in week 17? And the resounding answer was Cleveland and Washington. So I've made my big bet on a Cleveland-Washington week 17 shootout here. How's this draft finishing up for the rest of you? Matt Wentz and Brian Robinson. That could have been fun. That could have been fun. It was tough because I didn't have a third Cleveland guy or a third Washington. So I think I could have gone D'Ernest or Brian Robinson. I just like the current outs right now there continues to just be a ton of smoke with either one of Kareem Hunt or D'Ernest Johnson getting traded. There's been talk that D'Ernest Johnson could get cut. So I just kind of like the kind of more immediate outs that offense has for those guys jumping in value. Whereas, Robinson's going to need an injury to at least probably Antonio Gibson to be relevant. So yeah, up to 79 Best Ball Mania drafts here. Tyler says that's why we take Dotson over Hamler when Hamler is at 23%. If those two were going right next to each other in the draft, that would be a much easier decision point. Where did Dotson go in this draft? Dotson went, where is Dotson? Dotson went in the 13th and Hamler's going in the 16th. So yes. Thank you, Chris. Not enough people congratulate each other on reaching milestone benchmarks in their Best Ball Mania 3 journey. It's like when little kids celebrate their half birthdays. Didn't you know I just completed my 79th Best Ball Mania draft and you didn't even get me a cupcake with a candle in it? Jack was just a year too early on his Hunt rumors, famously asked Adam Schefter last May if Kareem Hunt would get traded. Schefter laughed at him, but here we are a year and a few months later. Yeah, throw a party stream for 100. Man, I already know how my August is headed. I'm closing on our condo, or we're selling our condo, then going to be closing on our new place. We have a shit ton of main event drafts, and then I'm going to be like, fuck, I have 50 more Best Ball Mania 3 teams I need to get in. We're going to be in full-on multi-table mode with the brick draft caddy, 4 different screens, trying to get all of these drafts in. August is going to be crazy, but I'm looking forward to it. Best Ball Summer is undefeated. You guys are undefeated. Appreciate you guys hanging out in the chat. I will, for the audio listeners, get this audio up on the In a Vacuum podcast feed. Definitely check out the new video over on the Deposit Kingdom YouTube channel. If you have more questions about the terrific brick draft caddy, so you can have the overlays and the exposures, feel free to hit us up in the Discord, have the links down below, and a tutorial video over on the LOLs playlist feed. I think you will very much appreciate it throughout draft season. I believe that is it. Spags and I will be back today at 2:30 p.m. Eastern for a splash play draft. I believe we will be doing a Best Ball Mania 3 draft and talking about the latest Zach Wilson MILF rumors, because what else are we going to do on splash play? Hope you guys all have a wonderful week. One other programming note: next week, I'll be flying back from Denver on a red eye Monday morning. So I might push Best Ball Breakfast back a little bit, so you can mark your calendars accordingly. Have fun Googling that wolf dog the rest of your Monday. Peace out. Wait, false. I forgot to do the wheel. You got rugged on the outro. Hopefully you stuck around. We are going to do, look at this, the old bait and switch. We're back. I knew I forgot to do something there. Thank you for the reminders in the chat. So every week on the end of Best Ball Mania, we give out some prizes to people who are part of the Underdog Cardio Club. I believe we ended up with like 183 people who completed the Underdog Cardio Club Challenge, and the kind people over at Underdog allow us to give out $100 in prizes each week. So we'll do 4 gift cards for the store If you want to get your Value Hound shirts, if you want to get your ship chasing merch, if you want to get Underdog Cardio Club merch, we have some alternate stuff in there, including a water bottle. Maybe you want to add a t-shirt to your tank top, all that good stuff. So 4 gift cards here, 4 $25 gift cards. Let's see who is the lucky winner. If my name comes up again, I am just copying from a CSV. Relax. Let's try this again. We had a blank. Yes. The best outro in the game. I just had to give it to you twice because I knew how much you like. All right. Got to write these down. T-Cripe30, you're a winner. You're all winners in my book, but T-Cripe30 is specifically a winner today. Next up. Exactly. This is when people stick around in the movie theater. They wait for all the end credits, and then you get to see a sneak peek. A Miller 80. A Miller 80, congratulations. A Miller 80, T-Cripe30. Who do we got next? Ooh, Sam. Sam is normally in my drafts. Congratulations, Sam. And final one, final winner is none other than DeLuca. DeLuca, congratulations, guys. I will be emailing you a $25 gift card to the store. Knock yourself out with whatever merch you want. And now for real, the real outro. We'll see you guys next time.